It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, it's been a rough start to the season. On one hand, the mishaps have generated valuable learning opportunities. On the other hand, you can't fall so far behind in the standings that the year's over before it's begun. And tonight, we get to see one of the faces of the NBA, Blake Griffin. He's battled a number of injuries, but Kenny, he's still one of the league's better power forwards.
He gives you a lot of things, Ernie, and I really believe if he didn't get injured early on, he would have been higher in the MVP voting last year. Terrific passer, tries to improve his range every season, now shooting threes.
Kenny, what are you talking about? Everybody gets injured. Let's just talk about how he adds a physical presence. You know, it's too bad him and Chris Paul could never reach the finals together.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that.
Me either.
You don't want to argue.
That does it for us. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Knock you out.
Mama said.
A terrific evening look at Old Town there. The historic city of Boston is our backdrop tonight. It's an all-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Pistons come into town for this one. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. David Aldridge joins us on the sidelines. Thrilled to be back in Boston. The Celtics ready for that home court advantage. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and have their win total.
And they can put themselves into a great position in the season series by winning tonight. They've won the first one, 2 to go after this, so they'd be assured of at least a split.
Any win is important, especially when it's against a team in your conference. You know they want to win this one badly.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, look, we know the Celtics overhauled their entire training staff in 2017, and it was controversial. They're forging partnerships with tech companies and pursuing more advanced methods of training. Now, this did come after a possible, we stress possible, mishandling of the Isaiah Thomas hip injury. It does prove again that results matter. Kevin?
And the Celtics, David, never one to rest on their laurels. Thanks for the report. Well, Steve, 2 strong benches tonight. Both front offices, great job building these teams and building their depth.
You're totally right, Kevin, and it's hard to do under this salary cap situation. You need strong talent evaluators to be able to have these type of benches.
Sometimes those guys, Smitty, are as valuable as the players themselves.
You're totally right. Whenever you can pick out talent and find guys that fit the great system, you have something.
Boys, nice and high.
It'll be the Celtics off the tip. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Jackson and Bullock are the 1 and the 2. The big men are Griffin and Drummond. And it's Robinson in at the 3 slot. Irving, good.
And that's vintage Kyrie. He has the blow-by speed to get past defenders off the dribble.
Bullock kicks to Griffin. To the paint. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin was pointing his finger to throw it up way high, and he went, got it, and dunked it home.
Jackson against Irving. Outside Tatum. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And the Pistons with possession. Robinson kicks to Drummond. Pass to Robinson. And Robinson throws it down.
Good vision. Good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot. Finds an open man.
Pass to Horford. Now here's Irving. Guarded closely. Basket counts.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
Well, he has the ability to get you off on the right foot. Now it's just about sustaining it.
Jackson kicks to Robinson. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. The jump hook, and it's blocked by Brown, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Here's Irving. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
He also was very good distributing the basketball, keeping guys involved and engaged all night.
Tatum drives in.
You got to close off the lane to the basket. Tatum is just so good at creating angles to attack.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Passes it to Jackson. Back to Bullock. Inside, Irving with the steal. Here's Horford. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Horford's got his first basket of the night.
They already got into a nice flow. 4 for 5 from the field.
Jackson finds Griffin over Tatum, and again it's the Pistons missing.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
Here's Jackson. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Back to Jackson. To end the run. And that one drops. Jackson's got his first basket.
I mean, taking what the defense allows, Reggie can run the pick and roll in a variety of ways.
Irving with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. And the pass to Horford. Hayward against Robinson. Hayward can hit. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. 4-point game. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
They demonstrate a real tenacity on the glass and made their presence felt. We'll see if they can repeat that kind of play.
Boston leading by 4. Down low. Here's Tatum. And the layup's good off the glass.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Griffin. Last game, 26 points. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's Horford. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
His shot blocking dominated the game. His 3 blocks really had an effect on defense.
Irving up top, guarded by Jackson.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pistons trail by 6. And for Detroit, a lot of changes, Greg, in their front office this past offseason.
A new GM and Dwayne Casey brought in to coach. Could see a drastic shift in style and approach for the Pistons moving forward. All right, a chance to check out stats for Drummond. He's coming off an excellent season. Averaged about 15 points a game last season. 16 rebounds and 3 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
You know what? It's part effort, part instincts. You see teams trying to keep a body or 2 on him, but that's easier said than done.
Horford kicks to Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Right side Irving over Jackson, and Irving gets it to go on the assist by Hayward. Irving's got 8.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. In the early part of the season, Steve, if the chemistry isn't working, what can you do to try to fix that chemistry issue?
You know, obviously the general manager and the coaches, this is where they have to be communicating amongst one another, and they have to have a great feel. Because if it's not working, and this is where you have to look at maybe benching some guys or possibly trading somebody. But that's where communication comes in. You got to have it from management to coaching to players.
Players want to know, don't they? They don't want to be left in the dark. At least they want to know the lay of the land for them.
Most of the great organizations, the communication is out front, and that's what players love. They love the trust factor from management to coaches to organizations.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Pistons trail by 10. Jackson kicks to Robinson. Jackson passes to Drummond. Dishes it to Griffin. Out left to the wing. Bullock. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Bullock's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now here's Brown. He's guarded by Bullock. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. At the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Number 1, Andre Drummond.
And, you know, he took a lot of pride in being at the top of that rebounding list. When all was said and done, he was a man among boys.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Outside Robinson. Griffin down low, guarded by Tatum. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night.
And for those who criticize Drummond facilitating, I say rewatch that play. He's improving.
Irving with the ball. 8 points for him. In the corner, it's Hayward. A 3-pointer, no good. Last outing for the Pistons, it was a loss to the Boston Celtics.
And simply put, they couldn't score. They never got completely in sync in that one.
Well, that's putting it mildly. They were in total disarray. I have no idea where their heads were that night.
Here's Horford, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Horford kicks to Tatum. Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
I'll tell you what, don't sleep on Tatum. He has some ups. And I love seeing him trying to electrify the crowd.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Detroit Pistons, trailing by 5. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's his first foul. Boston making some changes. Daniel Tice is checked in for Jason Tatum. Marcus Smart comes in for Jaylen Brown. And it's Rozier in for Irving. Detroit also making some changes. Pachulia, he's checked in for Drummond. Johnson comes in for Robinson. And Smith subbed in for Reggie Bullock.
And just trying to match Zaza's physicality may have gone a little overboard.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws of this game.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
And he makes the first.
It's interesting. So many big, bruising centers in the league who can't shoot free throws, but Pachulia's actually pretty good at it.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. And Morris subbed in for Gordon Hayward. And Detroit with a change here, too. Lewis checked in for Blake Griffin. And Pachulia drops them both. Here's Smart. He had 13 points in the win against Detroit. He dishes it to Baines. And there's the call on Pachulia. That is his first foul of the game. Smart on the wing. Guarded by Jackson. In the air. Deflected by Pachulia.
And when you look at the stats, Zaza, not a great shot blocker, but gets all of that one.
Good on the three-point shot.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
I love it. Really, both teams running plays that fit the personnel, going back and forth.
And here's Smart. After Reggie Jackson was able to get the triple, Smart passes to Rozier. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
Ish Smith, an excellent backup point guard, more than capable of holding down the starting spot as well.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Tice. No points in the game yet for him. And now the Pistons fast break. Pass to Pachulia. Here's Jackson. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston. Well, Steve Ish Smith with speed to burn. Man, can he fly.
Like a rocket, he pushes the pace. As fast as he plays, he keeps his turnovers extremely low.
Celtics trail by 5. Rozier kicks to Baines. Jackson against Smart. Now here's Johnson. Smith feeling it out a bit. Johnson left side. A 3-ball. Rebounded by the Celtics. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
They did a good job of controlling the tempo, playing at a speed that suits their offense.
Now Johnson. After Marcus Smart missing on that last 3-pointer. Pass to Pachulia on the wing. Johnson. 6 to shoot. Pulls it from the elbow. And Baines pulls it down.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Count that one. Morris has got his first bucket of the night.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Smith dishes to Jackson. This one for 3. Morris with the rebound. Celtics trail by 3. That's a 2 from Rozier. And he overshot that one, missing.
I mean, the mid-range jump shot, a lot of guys have a hard time knocking it down.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Aaron Baines. That's his first foul. The Pistons making a change here. Galloway's checked in. It's stolen by Morris. Kicks to Baines. Some guys are leaders from day one, but there are some guys it takes a while, Steve, to grow into that role. I'm sure you've seen him.
Yeah, I love Victor Oladipo. I think he took on that role. Also, Kyle Lowry's done a nice job. Al Horford is becoming more of a vocal leader. He was kind of a quiet leader. A lot of those guys, you can see their personalities just changed from when they started into this league, and year by year they've gotten better.
And he knocks down the first one.
The new head coach of Detroit is Dwayne Casey. They're lucky he was available. He guided the Raptors to a franchise best 59 wins last season, and he was the coach of the year.
He's perfect from the line this time. Now the Pistons with it. They're on a 17-6 run. Smith finds Galloway. Back to Smith. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Smith's got his first 2 points. And it goes to show you that any coach can get fired. Casey, one of the most successful, highly regarded coaches in the league. And Smitty still got let go.
If you learn about all he's overcome, all the tough jobs he's worked in the past, you knew he'd take it on the chin and keep on trucking.
Again, the miss by the Celtics. Detroit leading by 3. Here's the teardrop. No good on that one. Now Boston takes it the other way. To the inside. Here's Morris. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Morris has got his second bucket of the game to go.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Smith kicks to Galloway. Back to Smith. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Smart. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Morris passes to Smart. Rozier against Smith. And the wide open shot from Morris. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Stolen by Smart. He kicks to Baines. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. And the Celtics lead by 1.
You like how he uses his height there.
Sure, working the in-between area. Not many guys with the length to bother him.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Boston Celtics. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll get right back to the action when we return. One of the league's best point guards, Kyrie Irving, had this to say about his competition.
2011, I came into a league where the point guard position was still being revolutionized, and now guys are solidifying that spot every single year. There are young guys coming in, but now we have established point guards that are franchise-changing point guards. And for me, having that competitive drive every single game, I know I'm going against an elite point guard every single game. So I think that now coming into the league, it's a lot different than it was before.
Some say, Greg, a golden age at the point guard position.
Yeah, and Irving right there with the best of them. He embraces the challenge.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
You know, sometimes gambling gets you in trouble, but in that first quarter, it was just the opposite.
On the court for the Pistons, Johnson is out there with John Lewis. Then there's Pachulia. And it's Smith, and it's Galloway in at the shooting guard position. The Celtics with the lead. And the basket by Rozier. Rozier's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Boston. Smith against Rozier. Now Johnson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Yep, that one goes.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
Rozier kicks to Tice. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, last season started with that horrific injury to Gordon Hayward's leg. Now, it's been a long road back for him, but he took heart in the encouragement he received, not just from his family, but from so many well-wishers. He said, you realize how lucky you are to have people from all over supporting you. Guys?
David, I think everyone is rooting for his complete recovery. Thanks for that report. Celtics making a switch here. Hayward's checked in. Here's Rozier, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
But it can in the painted area. Regardless, he's crafty enough to get up a good shot.
Now here is Smith. Lure finds Johnson. But they'll get another chance. Pachulia the pass to Johnson. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Celtics leading by 3. Smart wide open. He fires. Offline with his 3. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Smith outside. Pass to Lure. 6 on the shot clock. To the wing on the left. Galloway. And it's all evened up.
Here's where Galloway excels. Better off the catch than initiating.
Smith against Rozier. To the inside. Out to Morris over Smith. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And that's now 6 points for Marcus Morris. The Pistons have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far.
And no doubt that Marcus Smart is one of the better defenders at his position. Quick feet are complemented by that strong frame, and he just digs in and against would-be scorers and just never lets them get comfortable.
And Greg was Smart. When he's off the floor or injured, you notice just how it changes the team's defense.
Yeah, I mean, the defense overall just seems to have less bite, less edge, less toughness without Smart. And the way he plays, you feel like he is looking to make a play on defense rather than just trying to slow his man down. Great at taking charges and forcing turnovers. He is truly the catalyst of their defense.
The free throw drops for Pachulia. So Boston going with almost an entire new grouping. Al Horford's checked in for Daniel Tice. Jason Tatum comes in for Marcus Morris. Brown is checked in for Smart. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Terry Rozier. Detroit also making some changes. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for John Lure. Robinson comes in for Stanley Johnson. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Ish Smith. Now here's Tatum. A 14-point game for him in the win against Detroit.
Also, you have to mention the rebounding, another area where he excels.
And I really like how fast Tatum gets off the ground. You know, at 6'8", dunking comes easily, but he's got that forceful mind to pursue the ball.
Here's Griffin following the bucket by the Celtics. Al Horford with the rebound. Irving looking for an opening. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Robinson, and it's sent back by Horford. Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Pistons trail by 4. There's Galloway. Feeds it to Griffin. At the elbow, it's Robinson. Now, here's Bullock. He's covered by Brown. Bullock passes to Pachulia. Here's Hayward. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 3rd assist on the night.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Now here's Griffin. 6 points for him. Robinson misses. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Now here is Robinson after Jaylen Brown's miss. Robinson kicks to Pachulia. Pistons passing it around. And the wide open shot from Griffin gets the 3-pointer to fall. Griffin's got 9 points.
Look at Blake Griffin knocking down that 3-point shot. You can see the increased confidence he has with it.
And here is Tatum. 10 points for him. Back to Horford. Lets it go with a 3. Robinson pulls it in.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Galloway taking his time here. Rebounded by the Celtics. They've led by as much as 10. Next up in the docket, the Bucks following this one. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
If you aren't going to at least step in front of him, you can't be surprised when he throws it down like that.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Andre Drummond comes in for Jaja Pachulia. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Langston Galloway. Steve, when you look back at your career, which years do you remember playing your best brand of basketball?
You know, I think obviously when you're younger, you feel like you have more of an impact with your skill level to go along with your athleticism. I think my best run was about a 5 or 6 year run when I was playing with the Atlanta Hawks and the Portland Trailblazers. Those 2 teams, I think I had my best run.
And let's take a look now at Blake Griffin's numbers. Last season, he played outstanding put up about 21 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
He stacks up points. Reason why? Because that's his mindset. He wants to carry the load and clearly is successful at it.
Now here's Griffin. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Bullock. Here's Drummond, and it's sent back by Horford. Here's Brown. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The pass to Griffin. Here's Drummond. Griffin finds Drummond. Tries yet again. And finally they hit one.
Working every day to develop his skills. Drummond with a nice finish inside.
Irving against Jackson. Irving passes to Tatum. Now Hayward. The shot's good. Hayward's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. From 7. That shot by Griffin, no good.
He's hit a rough patch this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it, though.
Tatum. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And when the Celtics traded out of the 1st overall pick in 2017, you know, many, Greg, thought they were settling for Jason Tatum for team needs. But he might be the best overall player in that draft.
Listen, the Celtics said they would have been fine taking Tatum 1st overall, and I believe it. I mean, Tatum looks like he could be a superstar very early in his career and does everything at a high level and is already a terrific shooter from deep. Plus, he just has a poise and an air about his game that speaks of superstar.
And so he hits both.
Yeah, Tatum plays with a lot of confidence. He feels like he can take on anyone and already proving to be a great leader at his age.
Now here's Jackson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Boston. Robinson goes in. Outside Griffin. From past the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. And that's 12 points for Blake Griffin.
On the attack all evening. Not sure at this point what can slow Blake Griffin down.
Jackson against Irving. Now the dish to Horford. Back to Irving. Over Jackson. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Can't convert, but a good opportunity from mid-range. He'll take that every time.
Here's Robinson. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And how about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
Brown with it. He had 19 points in the win against the Pistons in Detroit.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Clock at 6. Horford against Drummond. Horford no luck.
When you defend a good mid-range shooter, this is how you contest without fouling.
Here's Bullock. Rebounded by the Celtics. They've led by as much as 10. Brown outside. Hayward finds Horford. Hayward against Robinson. And that one hits back iron.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
Back to Jackson. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And we're seeing more of this from Jackson. Under heavy fire, attacking inside.
Now here's Irving. 8 points for him. Oh, Tatum in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Man, and Tatum gets up on these alley-oops. Has a great grasp of when to attack and exploit the opponent.
Jackson against Irving. Jackson passes to Griffin. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Marcus Smart's checked in for the Celtics. Rozier comes in for Kyrie Irving. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Smith has checked in. Rozier against Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Griffin kicks to Jackson. Over Rozier. Detroit, no good that time either. Celtics leading by 4. Tatum drives in. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Yeah, and when Tatum is scoring this efficiently, it can almost be like an avalanche. He can completely overwhelm defenses with his versatility offensively.
And the Pistons with possession here. After the basket by Boston. Tries it from 19. Griffin can't get it to go in.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Now Smith. After Gordon Hayward's three-pointer that didn't go.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance. How about the quarter he's having? Tremendous execution on the offensive end, helping to further fuel this lead.
Smith against Rozier. Smith dishes to Griffin. Lobbed up there for Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
So gifted. Drummond soars through the air, then explodes on the finish.
Smart deciding where to go with it. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
That could be a game changer. That jam just sent shockwaves through the arena.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Gordon Hayward is a player who's always found a way to add something to his game. Now he feels comfortable going at a defense either inside or out. Great strength when attacking the rim and can shrug off those defenders.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Daniel Tice is checked in for Horford. And Marcus Morris subbed in for Jason Tatum. Lewis checked in for the Pistons. Stanley Johnson comes in for Glenn Robinson III. Hayward hits them both.
Another made free throw. He can get on these kinds of rolls. Great focus.
Jackson finds Lure. Back to Jackson. Lets the three fly. Lure can't hit. Celtics leading by 7. In the corner, it's Morris. Right wing. Smith against Rozier. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. For Boston, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. That's good from Rozier. And so he makes both from the line. 7 seconds left in the first half. Smith for 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Boston Celtics ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for tonight?
I was trying to get assists in the beginning, and just having a good time out here. Got it going a little bit. Enjoying myself.
Okay, Kyrie, we'll see you in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. There was no stopping Jason Tatum in the first half. He ended up with 19 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
The speed they're playing with has been fantastic. They're pushing the ball in transition and catching the defense. That's snapping, Ernie. Anyway, a huge chunk of their offense has come on the break. They've got a nice lead, but they shouldn't slow anything down. I say keep doing what you do.
Kenny, what'd you think about Detroit?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Welcome back, everyone. There's State Station. That's where you get off the tee if you're going to go visit the old State House here in Boston. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. And you know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
What I love watching is they are working for high percentage looks and cashing in when they get them.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Pistons trail by 9. Filling out the wings, it's Brown and Hayward. Tatum out there with Horford, and it's Irving at the 1 spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. To the paint, here's Tatum, and it's blocked. Griffin against Tatum. And Griffin, here we go. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
The Pistons went for it last season, bringing in Blake Griffin and trading away picks and players. Didn't work out the way they wanted, but they are determined to make a go of it. They're in a brand new building, and they hope that their moves in the future will draw fans back to the franchise. Kevin?
Good overview, David. Thank you. And that one falls for Tatum. And for critical calls, we've seen video review used over the last few seasons. Would you like to, Steve, see more or less of that going forward?
I would say less, and the reason why I think it's taken away from the game, the floor, to gain the momentum. I would love to see, kind of like football, we go to a challenge system down the stretch, whether it's 1 or 2 challenges a half, And then after that, if you run out of challenges, you just got to go with what the referee called. Some plays I would love to see reviewable, like whether you stepped on the line, out of bounds, or 2 or 3 for 3-pointers, or goaltending. Other than that, I would love to go to a challenge system.
Excellent idea. Drummond in the post, working on Horford, and it's Drummond missing.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Irving against Jackson. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the 3rd. Robinson kicks to Griffin. 5 on the clock. Over Tatum. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Blake Griffin.
He's very consistent now from the mid-range. Blake able to keep the defense honest.
Horford the pass to Tatum. Poked loose. Stolen by Robinson. Griffin finds Robinson, and Robinson throws it down.
You know, Blake Griffin, he gives you a little bit of everything offensively. Terrific court awareness.
Irving passes to Horford. Irving against Jackson. Irving drives in. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Yeah, you see the killer instinct. He's going for the death blow.
True story. They've got a monster lead that's taking a life of his own.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Griffin kicks to Bullock. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Jackson against Irving. 6 on the shot clock. On the wing, Jackson. He's got 16.
Not a physically imposing defender, but Kyrie with great footwork and timing to affect the shot.
To the middle. Here's Brown. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Brown's got the lead up to 12 now for the Celtics.
This is what your spacing is designed to do. Find cracks in the defense.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Well, for so long, so many were wondering what Kyrie was thinking when he left Cleveland. What is clear now, though, is that Irving doesn't think about it and has flourished on his own. It seems that he really did just need his own team to become the player he's become.
These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. Well, you look at Bullock, 2nd in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Jackson finds Robinson. Here's Drummond. To the middle. It's stolen by Brown. Pass to Bullock. Outside Griffin. And it's Bullock in the corner. A 3-pointer is right on target. Bullock's got 6. And for Irving, he has let more of his personality come out on and off the floor, Greg, now that he has his own team.
Yeah, it really does feel like we are watching a new chapter in Irving's development as a player. Still has the great shot and handles that make him so deadly with the ball. And just visually, while the leadership is also evolving, he just seems more in control of his game and even more lethal as a player.
Now, here's Bullock after Jaylen Brown's miss. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. And slam dunk by Tatum.
And how about the quick hands there by Tatum? Terrific anticipation as he comes up with that steal and able to convert that defense into offense.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 16. Here's Griffin. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
Two shots.
That's good from Blake Griffin. And Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years. Their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in a season. Now, less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
You know, it's interesting. Blake has increased his shooting range, but that hasn't really carried over to the free throw line.
And Jaylen Brown was giving quite the compliment on his game from Draymond Green, who felt, Greg, that Brown was good enough to be an all-star.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I'd be fully on board with that assessment in terms of last year, but I do think he's well on his way to becoming an all-star. His scoring and offensive impact continues to grow each year, and he's shown a great knack on the defensive side as well. Terrific two-way player. The sky is the limit.
The first free throw is good.
And the vertical that Brown has is pretty impressive, as relentless a finisher as you'll find in our league.
So he gets them both. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Detroit. A 12-point game. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. And again, it's the Pistons missing. The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Now the feed to Irving. Nice ball movement by Boston. Tatum kicks to Irving. Over Jackson. Boston, no good that time either. Ball's knocked loose. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
All right, a moment here to check out stats for Irving. Coming off a terrific season. Last season, put up about 24 points per, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust, but he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
Free throw drops for Hayward. And seeing Gordon Hayward out there, you have to be glad that he was able to recover the way he has from that devastating injury on opening night last season.
And I remember your call of the moment, Kevin. The whole NBA world just was shocked on that opening night. As bad as it looked, it seemed to be clean enough to where Hayward won't have any lasting issues with it. The rehab obviously wasn't easy, and I'm sure Hayward is just thankful that he's been able to come back completely from that injury.
High arcing shot. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Jackson.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Now here's Horford. 7 points in the game. Tatum dishes to Horford over Pachulia, and the shot is long. Pistons trail by 12. Griffin down low, guarded by Tatum.
Blake Griffin, an all-star for his first 5 seasons in the NBA, but not the last 3. He's still an impact player, though. We'll see if he can crack the roster in the East.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game.
Had a success rate from the line last year of about 78%.
Well, as we all know, Blake Griffin, Steve, possessing breathtaking athleticism, but injuries certainly have been a concern.
You're right. A lot of it just bad luck. A teammate falls on your knee. That kind of thing happens. But his skill level is starting to complement his power. I think he'll be fine.
Blake Griffin hits them both. Celtics leading by 10. Now here's Irving. 10 points for him. To the paint, Pachulia with the steal. And Griffin scores. The assist by Jackson. Griffin's got it back down to single digits for the Pistons. Celtics have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Brown right side. And he banks in the layup. Brown's got 8 points.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Here's Tice after the basket by Detroit. And it's Irving missing.
Woo, you know that's one he liked to have back. Point blank range, and he missed it.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
You know, and Reggie Jackson, a really solid first season and a half in Detroit, but the last 2 seasons, injuries have really held him back.
And he makes the first. And Reggie Jackson in 2016-17, battling knee tendonitis. Last season, Greg, a severe right ankle sprain.
I mean, he's so important in terms of his impact for the Pistons. An athletic, physical player. When he's right, he can be a difference maker on both ends.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Boston leading by 6. Now Rozier. He's got 6. Pass to Tice. In the corner, Smart with it. Boston, no good that time either.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Rozier, the pass to Tice. Rebounded by the Pistons. Griffin's got 7 rebounds in the game. Johnson left side. Over Tatum. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Johnson.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Morris outside. Tatum against Johnson. Kept wide by Boston. The kick out to Tatum. Back to Rozier. Shot clock at 5 over Smith. And it's Rozier missing. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The Pistons have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. John Lure, he's checked in for Pachulia.
See, now he's getting defenders back on their heels a little bit. Getting to the foul line here in the second half.
Outside, Smart. Passes it to Tatum. Back to Morris. To end the drought. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Johnson.
You got to avoid fouling Tatum in those situations. He's very clever at getting the defense to kind of bite when he attacks.
He's made all 3 of his free throws so far. And he knocks down the first one. Both good from the line that time.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And there's the pass to Griffin. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And then Griffin with the dunk.
If you allow Blake Griffin to get that close, the result, a dunk.
Smith against Rozier. Outside Tatum. Dishes it to Morris. Back to Tatum. Excellent D there by Johnson. Detroit's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul of the game. In the bonus, will go to the free throw line. No good on that one. Now we know Stanley Johnson was a 4-time state champion in high school in California. 3 gold medals with the U.S. youth teams. Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. I mean, he did it all. A lot of winning in his background.
You know, he plays the game with ultra confidence. He's fearless. Doesn't care who you are. He's coming head on.
Here's Tice. No points in the game yet for him. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And a look now at the Boston Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Thursday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers.
And that game against the Suns, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
First free throw is good. And he can't hit the second.
He is definitely disappointed. He couldn't put his team up in front, but at least he knotted this one up.
Jackson misses. So Rozier will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Outside, Smart. In the corner, it's Morris. And Griffin sends it back.
I love the defensive intensity from Blake Griffin on that play.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Rozier the pass to Morris. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Morris has got the game tied up here for the Celtics. Detroit's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Smith kicks to Johnson. Great D that time from Tatum.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 26. A 3 from Morris. Rebound by Smith. Johnson surveying the floor. He feeds it to Smith. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. Johnson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
The defense slow to react that time. Smith makes them pay using his quickness.
Smart kicks to Morris. Over to the left wing. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Jackson. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket. Shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Outside, Smart. Tatum against Johnson. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. Money from the wing. Morris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And dangerous in that catch-and-shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
A floater, and it's finished off by Smith as he lays it in. And the Pistons lead by 4.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now about 10 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Down low. Stolen by Jackson. 11 feet away. Johnson can't hit.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Here's Tatum. Comes up empty down low. Blake Griffin getting it done for Detroit. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Celtics trail by 4. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court for the Pistons, Lure and Drummond together down low. Ish Smith is out there with Jackson, and it's Bullock in at the 3.
Huge play on the offensive glass there to get more second chance points. He's only getting more physical as this game wears on.
You know what? That was perfect timing on that possession. Huge play in the game. They needed those points right now. You know, this is a time where you don't have to force anything. You're in command of this game.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
You see why his number's being called dangerous scorer down the stretch.
Pass to Lure over Morris, and Lure gets it to go.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Rozier the pass to Hayward. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Now with Reggie Bullock showing himself to be a terrific secondary scorer.
Doesn't try to do too much, hardly ever turns it over. He's gotten better at attacking and creating for himself and his teammates.
And the first one at the line is good.
When you look back at the draft reports on Hayward, many scouts felt like he would be a player, but never a star.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Al Horford is checked in for Morris. Brown comes in for Smart. And Irving subbed in for Terry Rozier. And Detroit with a change here, too. Robinson's checked in. Hayward hits them both. Detroit's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Bullock kicks to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
You're not going to stop Drummond once he gets to the rim. The best you can do is try to foul him.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Boston Celtics. Hayward outside. Pass to Tice. The kick out to Brown. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Outside Jackson. No good on the 3.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half. None so far in the second.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Irving's got it all tied up now for Boston.
So good at pulling up off the dribble. Kyrie completely under control the whole time.
Lure the pass to Bullock. Here's Drummond. And it's sent back by Horford. Here's Hayward. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say. It's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with his shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And the big men who compete against Horford have nothing but respect for him, Greg.
Well, it is why he's been selected as an all-star by his peers and why guys like Embiid admire his game. I mean, Horford does all the small things on the floor you need as a big man. He's so humble. He just goes about his game and makes his team better in every facet.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Dwayne Casey just going over the game plan with his team down the stretch. He warned them they've got to get back in transition. He said they've given up way too many fast break points, and he said we have to slow the pace of the game down and force them into taking some tough shots. Kevin?
And it's Brown missing. The Pistons trail it. Down low. It's tipped and stolen by Horford. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. The Pistons have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Bullock with it, and it's Horford picking him up and taken away by Brown. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Hayward's running, and Hayward at the stuff.
I mean, you talk about the great athletes in the NBA. Don't forget about Gordon Hayward. He can run.
Bullock kicks to Lewis. Horford against Drummond. On the wing, Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Irving. Misses off the right eye. On offense, here are the Celtics. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Stolen by Bullock. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul. Pachulia, he's checked in for the Pistons. Pistons trail by 4. Jackson passes to Bullock. Back to Jackson. Over Irving. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Jackson's got 22 points.
Fabulous night for Jackson. He's unconscious scoring the basketball. You see all the work he's put in, and it's paying off.
Now, here is Irving. Horford kicks to Tice. Hayward, left side. Drains the three-pointer. He's got 21.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first 3 of the game comes here in the second quarter.
Jackson finds Drummond. Outside Robinson. Here's Bullock. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And that's from beyond, guys. Right back at you.
This is looking more like an all-star game right now. Everyone launching from range.
Now here's Hayward. And a wide open look for Irving. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Outside Jackson. Over Irving. Here's Drummond, and he hits it to tie the game up.
You have to block out better than that. Drummond, one of the best in the league at converting off the glass.
Irving against Jackson. Irving can't get it to go.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Now here's Bullock. He's guarded closely. Jackson misses.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
Yeah, he hasn't had much luck getting shots to fall here. Just 2 of 7 down the stretch.
Now here is Irving. Passes it to Tice. Inside. And Hayward gets it to go. Hayward's got 23.
It's just what the doctor ordered here. Boy, have they needed him here in the fourth.
For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Now, here's Bullock. He's covered by Brown. Here's Pachulia. Outside for Robinson. Good on the three-point shot. And the Pistons lead by 3.
What I'm trying to figure out, why was their defense so much more suffocating in the first half? This does not look like the same team at all.
Now, here is Irving. There's the pass to Horford. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And that one falls for Horford. Tatum, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Pachulia. And Al Horford drops them both. The Pistons leading. Jackson kicks to Griffin. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. On Wednesday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets. Then on Saturday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Horford the pass to Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Yeah, and give it up for the feed from Horford. He's a playmaker, and you love having a big man show off that kind of vision.
The Pistons have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Griffin, a rebound by the Celtics. Horford's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. And on the way from Irving for 3. He can't get that one to fall. And it's Detroit the other way. Hayward against Robinson. On the wing, Jackson. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Here's Griffin. Pass to Robinson. From outside the arc, that drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Boston's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Now here's Irving. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
I like this from Kyrie. Looking for a high percentage shot, settling for nothing less.
Feeds to Griffin. To the middle. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
In attack mode, Drummond getting aggressive as the game heats up.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Brown. Back to Irving. He dishes it to Horford. He's off on that one. Now the Pistons take it the other way, and the call will be against Al Horford. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Boston. Irving against Jackson. Griffin trying to get open, and the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 26 points.
Important time in the game in terms of momentum. You see Reggie willing to put the team on his back.
Irving against Jackson. Irving kicks to Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 7th assist in the game.
And Tatum's experience in these spots is starting to show. He's never been afraid to take the biggest shots.
Jackson against Irving. The feed to Griffin. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. .158 left in the 4th. Griffin inside, guarded by Tatum. Count that one. 32 points for Blake Griffin.
That's the kind of leadership you want from Blake Griffin, a guy who wants to take those big shots.
Here's Irving. Brown outside. .136 left to play in the final quarter. And stolen by Tatum. Here's Irving. That one falls. Irving's got 6 points in the quarter.
Calm in the heat of the storm. Kyrie with a big bucket.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward.
Top-notch play from Griffin. That was a bucket they needed.
Griffin no good on the free throw. Celtics trail by 4. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Brown is a guy who is constantly seeking contact. Defenders have to be more cautious around him.
He gets the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
He gets them to within 1 possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
I'm not entirely sure what the defensive strategy was there, but it worked poorly. He loves taking that shot.
Now here is Irving. Brown outside. In the corner, it's Hayward. Count! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
What more can you ask for?
Phenomenal here in the clutch. This is what fans tune in to see.
Griffin, it's good.
You talk about a guy that can finish through contact. That's Blake Griffin.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
It's Brown on the wing. Count it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And with Brown, it doesn't matter what point in the game it's at. He's ready to shoot whenever and wherever he has the ball in a good spot.
Now here's Griffin. They double-team Griffin. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Detroit with the ball. Drummond finds Jackson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. 5 to shoot. Shot from the wing. They grab their own miss. Outside for Griffin. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
That's why you want him at the line when the game is close. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 3. 7 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
And right now, you can go for the 2 and then a quick foul, or go for the home run.
Let me tell you my vote. Whatever's the best look and takes the least amount of time.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Seven seconds left here in the fourth quarter. The 3 from Tatum. No good from 3-point territory. And they go to the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And not too long ago, Reggie Jackson signed a 5-year, $80 million deal. A lot of pressure on him to earn that money.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, this is how you close out. Beautiful job.
Now a timeout called by Boston. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, it's a dejected group of guys. I mean, they've got a lot of pride, and just hadn't happened for them here tonight.
The most important thing to remember, it's not over, but they have to step up on both ends to have a chance.
The 3 from Tatum. Can't connect.
Great recovery by Blake Griffin, being able to contest that shot.
And so the Pistons take the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Blake, very strong game offensively. What gave you the confidence to take over?
I'm just putting in the work, and my teammates, honestly, believing in me and telling me to be confident at the end of the game. So I owe a lot to them. They came up with big plays. Just everybody working together.
Very good win for you tonight, Blake. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.